Hello, my friends. Welcome to another episode of Heart and Hustle, where I get to talk to visionaries and healers and movers and shakers and people who are creating change in the world, who are living their passion, their purpose, the life of their dreams, and helping others to create change as well. All those things, which I just love. And you know me, I love people's stories and I love to have them on the show so you get to meet them too. So I'm excited today. Martina Tisljar, more or less, it's a little hard name to say, Tisljar, is here from Croatia.
Mm.
And Martina, I'm so excited to have you here.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm very excited to be here as well.
Yay, awesome. So I'll give you a little brief intro and then we're going to let Martina tell you a little bit more about what she does. And then, you know, me, I always got lots of questions. So, um, she is the founder of Divine Self Awakening, which I can't wait to hear about. Uh, and she's EFT, which is tapping, and Matrix Re-imprinting Master Trainer. See, now I have no idea what that is. And Martina helps uh, people quiet their mental noise, regulate stress, and rebuild trust in their inner guidance, which I love that. Connecting with our inner self, our inner guidance system. So we're going to talk about intuition and emotions and some of how she works with people, and then also how she got to where she is today, which I also love. And then, of course, we always have to talk about self-care. So, Martina, tell us a little
Mm.
bit about what's the divine self-awakening about?
Divine self-awakening, it's all about remembering who we are because there is so much of us that we believe we are and we are not. Like so many beliefs out there, so many stories. We got caught up in emotional overwhelm, and it's not who we are. And when we learn how to tap behind all of that, when we connect with the one who we are without all of that noise, let's say that way,
Hmm.
we are awakening the true self. And the true self is divine self because it's connected with the divine, with the universe, with God. We can have many names for it.
Oh, I love that. That's beautiful.
Mm.
And so what was your journey to get to where you are today, to working in this method, and to be a master trainer? What's your background?
My story, actually, there is one very important event that happened to me 20 years ago that formed majority of who I am today and where I am today. 20 years ago, an angel showed up in my room, like literally. Like it was a day like any other day. I was preparing myself to go to sleep and I felt something is different. And it's almost like something was pressing me. It's
Mm.
like I was glued to the floor. And in one moment, the walls disappeared. I found myself in some kind of a vision, it's it was almost like in some kind of different dimension, let's say that way. And I got scared. And when I got scared, I started to pray. I was like, God, please, this is too much. Please do something. And in the moment when I was praying, I felt like explosion inside of myself, like the light exploded in my spine. And then I saw this beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous big angel in front of me in beautiful light, and all the fear disappeared. So now I'm giving you a very short story about
Mhm.
what happened there. But after that, I fell asleep like immediately. And the next day, when I woke up, I was completely different person.
Mhm.
I was in different state of consciousness. Everything looked different to me. There was no question in my head. Like I wasn't questioning anything. I was beautifully present with myself, with everybody around me. Even the colors looked brighter. Somehow I knew that everything is perfect as it is. And it lasted for 3 days. After 3 days, I woke up and I was again in this normal state of consciousness. And what happened? The questions started to come. I started to questioning what happened to me. Maybe something happened to my brain, like I was not worried, but I wasn't like embracing it fully immediately. And I wasn't even rushing to share my experience. But one day I was relaxed. I was talking with my friend and I started to talk about everything that happened to me. And my friend, he was the rigid one. He was actually a doctor of psychology. And after I told him everything, I was like, oh my God, my life is done. Like he's gonna put me on some
Yeah, he
medication.
thought you were crazy. No.
Yeah, exactly. And thank God he was so supportive. He was very curious about it. And he told me something that was there, that was palpable. He told me, like, you've changed and I can see it. So, like, go for it, explore it, do whatever it
Mm,
takes to figure it out, what is going on there. And after a while, I realized that I can see some things, that I can see the light around people. Sometimes light would just appear out of nowhere. I realized I could feel, sense things, and that I can hear the angels. And when something like that happened to you, God will never leave you alone. Like so many synchronicities happened, like books started to fall off the shelves, like new people entered in my life, and I had so many confirmations.
mm.
But even with all of that confirmations, I have to admit, Paulette, it was very hard for me to accept it fully. I just wanted to be a normal. I wanted to belong. I wanted to fit. And I needed something to help me to regulate myself, to build self-esteem, confidence. And actually, angels pushed me in on that road of finding different modalities that actually help me to deal with stress, to deal with my anxiety sometimes. And one of the first one was, like you mentioned, EFT,
Mhm.
which stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. I started to use it. I had amazing results. Afterwards came matrix reimprinting and some other modalities. And today I'm EFT and matrix reimprinting master trainer. I also created my own approach, which I call Meditap, because there was one more major event in my life. It was 5 years ago when I was misdiagnosed, heavily treated for the condition I didn't have, and I almost died.
Ooh.
And it was very devastating, not only because of a health crisis, but because I wasn't listening my intuition.
Mhm.
So this is a short intro into my story
It's
of
very fascinating. It's very intriguing. I think we need to have the whole story, but not right now. Wow. And so your health is good now.
yes, thank
Yeah.
God. I managed to go through all of that. I in one moment I started to listen myself and I did everything I felt that is right for me and I got in a good place.
So why do you think? this thing happened to you 20 years ago?
I have no
Why, I mean,
idea.
why did that angel choose you?
I have no idea.
No idea. Hmm.
I have no idea. Everybody, not everybody, but many people are asking the question. I was asking myself the question, why me? And till this day, I don't know why. I wasn't searching for something like that. I didn't try to do something, it wasn't some kind of a method, some kind of, I don't know, practice. It just happened.
Hmm. Well, it seems to me that you have a very special gift.
Thank you. I love that gift. I love that gift, and I needed a lot of time to fully embrace it.
Sure. Well, and those things can't happen overnight anyway,
Yeah.
to dive into it. What I would, I know what EFT is, but if can you give a brief explanation what it is to people who may not know what it is?
Yes, of course. Like I said, EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. It's a beautiful method that can help you regulate your emotions, any kind of stress, emotional overwhelm. It's easy to use. We use two fingers to tap on a specific acupressure points on our body. And while we are doing it, we are sending a calming signal to the parts of our brain that are connected with a stress response. So there are many beautiful studies that are showing that EFT can have an amazing results with things like stress, with anxiety, depression, PTSD, cravings. Oh my God, so many things. So we really can use it with any kind of issue we have: physical pain, emotional pain, mental pain. And like I said, it's easy to learn,
Hmm.
but for deeper understanding, of course, we have to have more knowledge to deal with trauma and things that are more complex. But for, like, let's say daily challenges,
Hmm.
you can learn it like super fast.
Hmm. That's great. Um, I've done it on and off over the years, and it is great. And so okay, so what is the matrix re-imprinting? How is that different?
It's a different approach. Uh, When we do EFT, we tap on ourselves. When we use matrix reimprinting, we not only tap on ourselves, we tap on something we call echo. Echo is energetic consciousness hologram, which is actually the part of us that experienced some kind of trauma or
Hmm.
emotional overwhelm. So during the matrix reimprinting process, we are following the energy of the pain, and we are in the quest, let's say that way, of finding the echo, and we are doing the work with the echo. An echo can be like part of ourselves that is stuck in some kind of memory when we were like 3 years old, 6 years old, or 20 or 40, or wherever the memory is. And we are not only tapping with the echo, we are finding the belief underneath,
Hmm.
because our beliefs shapes our reality. They also influence our biology. So it's very important to find out what was going on there, what was the decision, what it's the belief, and we are actually changing it.
Hmm.
And re-imprinting is all about imprinting a new picture, a
Sure.
new feeling. So that would be matrix re-imprinting.
Nice, nice. There's so many ways to do that. Part of what I do is called stepping into your next chapter. It's learning how to write and rewrite your story and write what do you want next, right? And let go of all that other stuff that doesn't work anymore, you know,
Yeah.
especially as we get older. everything
Yeah.
changes. So, I love hearing about all these different tools and methods, and again, like I said, your story. So, um, before this angel appeared to you 20 years ago, would you have thought you were going to do something different with your life, or were you still kind of on this path of healing and
Before Angel showed up in my room, I was I was not searching for any kind of spiritual experience, to be honest.
Mhm.
Um, I was searching for success, let's say it that way. I wanted to feel good. I wanted to feel successful in my life. So, um, but I wasn't feeling it.
Mm.
Like I said, my confidence was super low. I try to follow the rules of society, like rules of mother, father, like I wanted to be a good kid, a good student, good at my job, but I was empty.
Mm.
I was quite empty. And when that happened to me, when that angel showed up, like I said, everything changed. So in one moment, my life was having a meaning. Like even though I was resisting it at the beginning, like Angels was showing me like groups of people, workshops, like halls full of people. And I was like, no, 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 wrong address, guys. No, 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 no. No. And all of that happened. Like a few years after, I found myself doing the workshops, doing the conferences, doing the retreats, one-on-one work. So yeah, and I was enjoying it. I really, really enjoyed every minute of it.
Nice. And so what's your mode of connection now with people? Do you do one-on-ones? Do you lead retreats?
I do one-on-one when I have time. 5 years ago, when I was misdiagnosed, before that, I
Mm.
was running on low batteries. I was trying to do too much. So I had like
Who
waiting
else has
lists.
been
And
who else has
yes,
been guilty of that?
yeah, like I believe that many of us had that
Mhm,
period in
mhm,
our life.
mhm.
Thank God I survived it, but the costs can be super big. Like so today I'm very mindful of my work and where I put my energy. So I do one-on-one, but not that very often. I do online workshops, live workshops, and I'm more focused on programs.
Mhm.
Uh, Recently, I filmed this beautiful Oxford class in Oxford University. It's Own Your Inner Voice program, 15 lessons that are actually guiding you how to peel away all the layers that covering your intuition. So that is something that I'm more passionate about today because I have a
Is that
feeling
a program that you are is it an evergreen program, or is it something that you participate in when someone goes through the program?
evergreen. Like you can buy it. It's a digital program, and you can find it on my website. You can buy it there, and you can
Just
use it.
do it on your own.
Yes,
Cool.
yes, you can do
Okay.
it on your own. Yeah.
Cool. So, okay, now I want to know what you do for yourself. That's a really important question.
Of course it is. Um, what I do today for myself, it's a something I call Meditap. It's a combination of breath work, meditation, tapping. I found it in the moments when I was not in the place to do EFT or Matrix or anything because I needed something gentler. And I was like, not like in EFT, when we use EFT and Matrix reimprinting, we are finding the root cause of what is happening in the now. So in that moment, I was experiencing like this pain in my hip and I was tired and I just didn't want to go into the root cause of that pain. I just wanted to go away, you know? And I was sitting in my bed and I started to tap, and then I realized I don't even want to tap. And I was just touching the points, specific acupressure points on my body, and I started to breathe. I invited
Mm,
angels into the process. I was feeling the energy of the pain, and I just, it was a very, very meditative process. And
mhm.
I started to release the energy of the pain. I was feeling like a energy body inside out, and it was gone. And I was surprised and not at the same time. I just fell asleep and that was it. But the second time I did it and it worked, I was like, okay, there is something very nice
Yeah.
here. So today I really like to use it. It's like I said, combination of tapping, touching, massaging the points, breathing, rhythmic breathing. What I found is that when your inhale is shorter than your exhale, you're not only regulating your nervous system, that kind of a breathing actually can hold the calm and the meditation part. I feel like it's opening the door for transformation to land. Because what I found is that, like I said in the beginning, when you connect with the one that is underneath that pain, that emotion, that mental overwhelm, and when you start to connecting with that part of yourself and you start embodying it, oh wow, something beautiful
Mm.
is happening there.
Well, I know that so many people have completely lost that ability to, to
Unfortunately.
listen in, to connect with themselves on that deep level. Whether they're too busy or,
Yeah.
running, 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 or just like afraid.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's beautiful. Okay, what's next for you?
What's next for me? I don't know. I I'm living day by day what I learned in that experience I had when I almost lost my life. It's that I do so much more when I'm in silence, when I don't rush into things, when I'm quiet and just following the simple directions of life. Uh, I really love everything I do. So, like I said, I'm more into doing the programs and oh, actually, there is something I'm creating right now. Thank you for reminding me. I'm creating something I'm going to call a membership. It will be released in September. It's a place where you can find meditations, angel cards. I will do live events from time to time. And yeah, that is something that I'm inspired to do more. And yeah, and who knows what's next.
Awesome. I love that. I love bringing groups together anyway.
Yes, yes, that's
I
beautiful.
lead a couple of women's groups online and I lead a couple in person. And it's just uh, there's such a need for that connection and that support and that uplifting and then getting the ideas and the tools and the inspiration to create the changes that someone wants to make because we all have to change.
Definitely,
I
definitely.
mean, I would be bored out of my mind if I didn't keep changing, you know.
But
Um,
not many are aware of it. That
right. Well, I think people get so comfortable.
yes, yes.
It's easy to be comfortable.
It's easy and it's not
Yeah.
because when somebody gets comfortable, it's very easy to touch the suffering part, right?
Mm,
And like you said, but what I see that some people lack clarity,
Hmm.
courage,
Hmm.
and sometimes energy to do the change.
Hmm.
That's why it's beautiful to have all of these tools to actually help
Right.
you to start moving and to, and I really like what you said, the group. When you have a group of people who gather for the same thing, it's beautiful, right?
And it's so great. I mean, I have a mastermind right now, and I have women who are probably 30 all the way to 78.
Oh, beautiful,
I know,
beautiful.
and it's so powerful, and everybody's just in there to get connected. No one's trying to prove anything to anybody, you know. And it's just like we need this, and you know, to have the crone wisdom and the maiden wisdom, and you know, and the mother wisdom in the middle, and all the beautiful. Oh, it's just so powerful and so beautiful.
Beautiful. We really do need that
Yes.
connection because
Yeah.
we are losing it slowly, unconsciously, and it's important. So it's beautiful that you're doing that
And
work.
I think too, and you know, going back to COVID,
Mm,
which I think made huge changes in many people's lives. It was easier to stay home and stay on the couch and stay comfortable.
mhm.
Uh, and so that has become the norm. Well, and also because we have beautiful things like Zoom and
Yeah,
these
yeah.
great tools, these, you know, internet tools. Um, kind of forgot what I was going to say, but I was on a roll there for a minute. Um, ah, I don't know what I was going to say, but you know, it's just about that connection, about coming
Mm,
together and um, questing and being curious. It's one of my favorite words, curiosity. Being
beautiful.
curious about what to do and how to change and how to be of service.
Exactly. And I believe that when we really do feel that we are in service, that we are not only doing something beneficial for ourselves and others, it, it's a whole nother story, right?
Mhm.
Everything changes. You wake up because you're not waking up only for yourself, only for the same old, right? But
Yeah.
you are waking up for somebody else, and that's what makes us happy. And
Hmm.
what I realized when you said like the connection, it's so actually inspiring, right? Because we are losing that connection with ourselves, with divine, with one another, with Mother Nature.
With the divine, with nature for sure. Yeah.
Yes. And it's so important to start like repairing that connection and being aware of it because what I believe that the time of a lone wolf is over.
Oh,
I
wow, I love that.
I do believe that.
You
We
all hear that? Say it again, Martina. Say it again.
time of the lone wolf it's over.
Done. Bam. That's so good. Well, and you know, because I in my writing group yesterday, I teach a journaling class, and um, we talk about, or what I talked about yesterday was that really profound poem by Maya Angelou called "And Still I Rise."
Hmm.
And if you all haven't heard that poem, you know, look it up and listen to her read it. It's so amazing. I don't know how long ago she wrote it. It was a long time ago, but it's about us rising up.
Hmm.
And I think the world needs us women now more than ever.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, no more lone wolf stuff going on, ladies.
Yes, let's hold our hands together and let's change something because when we start believing that we cannot do anything, or like I'm too small, or who am I to do anything, like it's game over. And we have to wake up and we have to realize that there is so much thing
Yeah.
we can do. Like only one smile we give to somebody on the street can change that person's life,
I know
right?
it's so true. So true. You know,
So
uh because I also teach dance, and so women have to look at themselves in the mirror,
Mm,
which a lot of people don't do anymore. They don't look at themselves, or they're afraid to look at themselves, or they always say, I don't like what I look like, or,
mm,
or I'm too fat, or I'm too skinny, or blah, blah, blah. And so to see them bloom into that part of themselves, and then along with that, they start to look at each other
mm.
in a non-judgmental way.
Beautiful.
And then they start to compliment each other.
Beautiful.
I mean, it's so beautiful. And one great little story, really quickly, one of my dancers who never felt good about herself until she started dancing. She thought she was ugly and she's gorgeous, right? Just stunning woman. And she was walking down the street and there was a woman walking toward her and she just said, "You are so beautiful." And the woman looked at her and said, "I am just a reflection of you."
Yes. Beautiful.
And there it is. There it
And
is.
that's the whole truth. Everything is a reflection of who we are. And if we don't like what we see, let's pause, let's
Change it.
stop, do
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
about it, right?
Change
We
it.
can change it. There are so many ways, and we are powerful beyond measure. We just have to remind ourselves every day. And what I find it's very important is to show up for yourself every
Mhm.
day, to
That's what I say
really
too.
show up.
Participate in your life.
Exactly, because it's so easy to be caught up in this running and doing and in this story of I must do this. And it's all a lie. It's
Yeah.
not even ours.
Yes, exactly right.
Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, things are much more simpler than they are. That doesn't mean that it's easy. Sometimes it's super heavy. Sometimes it's work. We have to like pull our sleeves and do the work. But if we don't show up for ourselves, who else will, right?
Yeah. That's right. Absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good. Well, and that's a great note to end on. That was super awesome, Martina. So good. I love what you're doing. I love what you're bringing to the world. And
Thank you so
how
much,
you,
Colette. I
how,
love what you're doing.
thank you. I love it too, right? I do. I love what
That's
I
the
do.
most important part of
Yeah.
everything to
And
enjoy.
and it shows when you do love what you do and you find your purpose and the angel is coming to you for a reason. You know.
Yeah, of course, of
Yeah.
course.
And I think we all have angels and spirit guides and it's just how to
Absolutely.
connect with them and how to listen, you know.
Absolutely. There is not much that it's necessary to connect. I believe that silence is
Mhm.
that secret ingredient.
Boy, that's a
We
tough one too, isn't it? Hmm.
it is, but it's possible.
Hmm.
If we do the work, if we, I don't know, do some breath work, do some tapping, do some meditation, walking in the nature, wherever suits someone. But like we already said, show up, do the work, touch the silence, and you will not only be able to hear your own voice, you will be able to connect with your angels, with divine guidance, with divine itself.
Touch the silence.
Touch the silence.
That is so beautiful. That should be like a bumper sticker or the title of a book or something. Maybe you
Yeah,
need to write a
yeah,
book,
or
Martina.
t-shirt. I have like the idea now to put
Yeah,
it on a
touch the
t-shirt.
silence. That's so good. That's so, I'm writing it down. Um,
Okay.
you know what I would love? I would love to do a session with you where you could do a tapping demo or something.
Beautifully.
Wouldn't that be fun? That'd be super awesome.
That would be amazing. I'm super
Cool. Okay,
for it.
well, let's talk about it. Let's set up people. You got to
Yeah.
watch for that, okay? This is super
Okay.
powerful work here. I
Oh,
love it.
beautiful. Let's do it.
Yeah. All right. All right. All right, my friends. Thank you for listening in to this beautiful conversation with Martina and myself, Paulette Rees-Denis. And we both do very similar work, but with different tools and modes of healing and growth and expansion and helping people step into a better part of their selves and their lives. And I love that. I love that connection that we have and that I get to share Martina with all of you. Yes. So Martina, thank you for taking the time to be here with me and with us today.
Thank you so much, Paulette, for inviting me. I enjoyed every minute.
Oh my
Thank you
gosh.
so
Well, we could probably talk for about 5 hours, but
Yeah, we
but
could.
to be continued. To be continued. That would be really awesome. So, my
Mm.
friends, thank you again. Many blessings. Thanks for being here on this journey for yourself and my journey through all these beautiful um, people and stories and ideas and all the things. All the things. Until we meet again. Many blessings. Mwah. Love you. Love you. Love you. Love you.